Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'm going to go back to my existing CD collection, but it's actually something different. You know that normally when I go through my existing collection, it's just in regular alphabetical order, but today I'm jumping around a bit to do something different because I got inspiration actually from a video I saw recently made by Justin from Hell's Headbangers, otherwise known as J-Dog. He often talks about like underrated bands and bands that he recommends that people haven't really heard of. And in one of the videos, one of the bands he mentioned, it's one that I've always liked, and I always feel exactly the same way as him, where he said not a lot of people talk about this band. So I thought it would be a good idea to talk about it now. So it's really like far down the alphabet, so I thought I don't want to wait, that could be years before I do that, so I'll just do it now. And I think that's also interesting to sort of change it up and not just follow completely the normal alphabetical order. So that's what I'm going to do today. You'll see this video is called American Black Metal Gems Volume 1, so I'm thinking of making this a regular thing, just talking about some underrated US black metal bands, because I think that the US has a lot of really underrated bands, and of course there always have been bands in that scene, like the old ones like Absu and Profanatica, stuff like that, and Judas Iscariot later on, and yeah, I really like all of those bands, but there's also some really sort of just underground gems that have been undiscovered and I think are underrated as well. So the band I'm going to talk about today, which Justin mentioned in his video as well, is Summon. So Summon, not Summoning, not the band from Austria, obviously. This is an American black metal band from Lansing, Michigan, I believe. And the way I found out about this band, it was really ironic. When I was 21, I was traveling in Norway, yes, partly because of that black metal scene and everything, and I picked up this metal magazine, and on the back there was, advertisements, and they advertised this Summon album, and it said Sophomore Michigan Black Metal Album, and I thought, oh wow, at that time I didn't really know many American bands, so I thought, the name was cool, the cover art was cool, so I thought I'd check it out. And then when I returned home finally, I just ordered some from Relapse Records, and it was just like striking gold because it was like an amazing band. I really like this band, criminally underrated, so I'm going to talk about them today. So this was like, I've been a fan of this band for 20 years now, and I own nearly all of the albums except for one, so we'll just get straight into it. So, alright, so yeah, as I said, this band, they don't actually exist anymore. I think they broke up in the early 2000s, like 2006, but they released like a whole bunch of really great albums, which I'm going to talk about today. So Summon from USA, really underrated black metal band. So getting straight into that, the first album I'm going to talk about is Fire Turns Everything Black, which you'll notice I did mention this in a thread video called Love at First Listen. So this was the first one I ever heard. This is actually a demo, believe it or not, but a damn good one. Like, this is possibly my favorite one by them. Just empty booklet here, and yep, band logo. I really like this logo actually. Yeah, so what you get with Summon in the early days, this is sort of like primitive raw black metal, but not in the proper sense of raw, but it sort of reminds me of if you like early Marduk, like Dark Endless, Those of the Unlight, that kind of thing, and also early Immortal, Diabolical, Full Moon Mysticism. It's sort of a combination of that, so it's got this sort of hypnotic side of Immortal, but like the rawness and aggression and the harshness of those early Marduk albums. And for those who know me, Marduk and Immortal are two of my favorite black metal bands ever, so this is really right up my alley, and if you like those bands, you should check this out too. Sorry about that, washing machine once again. Yeah, but really, really good demo. Like, it's got the perfect level of rawness and crispness, and it's yeah, just a really good black metal demo. So this demo, has got 7 tracks. They're all really good. Like the drum sound is just raw and crisp. The vocals are like really harsh and abrasive. It's just perfect. Like ideal black metal, really. So yeah, all of the songs on this are good. So there's an intro called Blind Shadows of Darkness, which is really haunting, with some sort of synths and everything. And by the way, yeah, this band, they use synths sometimes, but they keep it in the background. So it's not like keyboards are going all the time. They just use them occasionally to lift a song. And then, yeah, all of the songs are really good, like Enter Into Eternal Oath, Eve of Anti-Creation. That's one of their famous ones, and it's got that hypnotic line in it. Which is Satan masturbates upon the throne of God. But like the way it's mechanically said, sort of like in this more immortal style rhythm, it's just really catchy. Also, Praising to a Blackened Moon is fantastic. My favorite song on the album, on the demo, sorry, is Burning Black Desire. That uses some keyboards, but like just the melodies and the vocals, it's so catchy, especially the chorus, it's great. So Burning Black Desire. Then you've got Tales of Immortality, which is just classic old school black metal, and then it ends with an eerie outro called Forest of Dark Spirits, where it's got some creatures of the night like wolves howling and everything. But this is just got that perfect black metal feeling and atmosphere. So great demo from this band. So that's Summon with Fire Turns Everything Black. Okay, so now we're going to go into the full-length album. So the first one they released after the demo, this is Summon with Dark Descent of Fallen Souls. This is a fantastic album, really like it. So you've got lyrics in here and a cool photo of the band. So they were mostly a three-piece in the beginning. And yep, got the disc here. But yeah, this is basically more of the same thing, like what they did on Fire Turns Everything Black, except it's a bit more grandiose and atmospheric on this one. Like they still use keyboards occasionally, but just like, again, some of these dark and haunting melodies which they use, it's just got this perfect aesthetic and feeling. I really like it. So this band often re-recorded a lot of their tracks, you know, like in later albums, but I never get sick of these songs, so it doesn't matter. Like yeah, the first track, Dark Descent of Fallen Souls, after the intro, sorry, is just really catchy. Like the vocals and the melody, again, it just sticks in your head, easy to sing along to. They do a re-recording of Eva Vanti Creation, which is great. My favorite track on the album, one of my favorites, is Beyond the Gates of the Storm. That's just got this really majestic, haunting intro with the keyboards. It's so grand and haunting and dark. It's brilliant, like really atmospheric. So Beyond the Gates of the Storm, and then it moves into blasting fast territory, but absolutely fantastic. Necromantic Lust, again, brilliant song, and they use some keyboards again to lift the melody in that track, but like just so catchy. Like it sounds strange, but it's the kind of black metal I can sing along to because the interplay with the vocals and the melodies, it makes it so catchy. So that's a great song. What was the other one I really like? Sorrows of Moonless Night, again very haunting with the dark keyboards. And this band, they've always had this kind of like primitive sound, like it's not overly polished, but it's also not overly raw, but it's just like the perfect blend of sounds, you know, to create this amazing atmosphere. But like honestly, no bad tracks on this. I've just named some of my favorites there, but the other ones are great too, like Under the Midnight Shadows and Silence of Chaos. Just a great album. So that's Summon with Dark Descent of Fallen Souls. All right, and then this was one that I picked up later. I ordered it from Relapse. I mean, I was already a fan of this band at the time. This was the one I saw the advertisement for, actually. This is Summon with Baptized by Fire. Okay, and just show you the booklet. This one's actually pretty cool. Yep, so you have all of the lyrics there. Collage photo. I mean, painting, which is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, as I've said, I really like the logo of this band. And showing the disc here. This is when the band sort of took on a different approach. Like I remember reading the Relapse promo for this. It said, is that an M16 or a drummer? And I was thinking, wow, that sounds up my alley. This is where they got a lot faster. So like basically the other albums I've talked about, they focused more on atmosphere. This one, they're like concentrating more on speed and blasting, but like it's just really incredibly fast. And yeah, the drumming is absolutely nuts. It's like, yeah, relentless machine gun fire. The songs are really fast and aggressive. The riffs are razor sharp. Yeah, again, they re-record some of the songs. Like they do sped up versions of Burning Black Desire, Beyond the Gates of the Storm, Eva Vanti Creation. But they also have some new tracks like Sons of Wrath. Baptized by Fire is a great track. Like just a great melody. And I think they described the guitarist and vocalist Zafan. They said he does fiery 6-string Kindler, and that's what it sounds like when you listen to these guitar riffs. Like fucking awesome. But yeah, so this is a bit different to the other albums. It's focused less on atmosphere and more on speed and precision. And after this album, they started going, I think, naturally in a sort of crossover Black Death direction, where you see the death metal influence trickling into their music, and more on that later. But if you just want a relentless blast fest and you like really fast, aggressive black metal. You know, like in the vein of stuff like Dark Funeral and Marduk, not in terms of the sound, but in terms of that speed and relentless brutality. You'll definitely like this. So another good one, Summon with Baptized by Fire. All right. Now, after this release, this is when they definitely went in a death metal direction. The next release they put out was called No Thoughts from the Sky, I think. And I used to have a burned CD copy of that. That was just absolutely relentless, ferocious, like super fast. Like they've even jacked up the levels from this album in terms of speed and precision. And it's got this sort of like warped, hypnotic, immortal aesthetic as well. But like that is just like phenomenal, that album. Like the drumming is out of control. It's insane. I really like that. So I really want to get a copy of that No Thoughts from the Sky, but don't have it sadly. But we'll go into the next one. This is Summon with And the Blood Runs Black. So by this point, they had shed the corpse paint and they were going in more of a death metal direction, but they still retained elements of black metal. And I think this is where the lineup changed as well. So it was still Necromodius, Zaphan. Yep, so these were existing members. And then who was the new drummer? Astaroth was the new drummer. And like he's just like a human machine gun. I'm not sure if he was the same drummer as on No Thoughts from the Sky, but incredibly fast. So this is when the levels of technicality are increasing and the speed and aggression and everything. But it's also, this one has a bit of a polished production and just like some super catchy songs on it. And it's just like, how would I say, it's like a well-oiled machine by this point. Like the way they're playing music, like they make it seem so, you know, incredibly easy. Obviously it's not, like it's absolutely nuts, this stuff. It's out of control. But yeah, really, really precise. It also, this one was produced, mixed and mastered by James Murphy, who actually, you know, from Obituary and all those other bands. He, I think he played a solo on this as well. But yeah, this is like basically excellent Black Death crossover stuff. Really good, just with machine gun fire drumming again. And you can see how elements of bands like Morbid Angel are trickling into this, especially the earlier albums, you know, like, but I've always been a fan of the drumming of this band because it's fantastic. The vocals are great. And yeah, production is a bit more polished than the earlier albums, but really, really good. Also, I like this disc. That's a cool picture of the band. But yeah, so many good songs on this. Some of my favorites, the title track and The Blood Runs Black. Also, yeah, Black Wind's Abyss, which was also on No Thoughts from the Sky. Incredibly warped, twisted guitar solos on that, and great melody, just really catchy choruses and lines in it, like that line, Father Satan, send my soul to hell. Like the way, the rhythm in which it's delivered, it's incredibly catchy. That's really great. Also, they have a great cover of Buried Alive by Venom. So a bit sped up again, but really, really good. Also, Satanic Slut is a good song, not to be confused with the song of the same title by Nunslaughter. It's a different song. And Spew Forth Blasphemy. Yeah, but this, like, it's another one. They're just some of my favorites, but again, this whole album just totally flows from beginning to end. It's brilliant. So yeah, definitely one of my favorites. A lot of people, I think, didn't like when they went in this more death metal direction, but I did, because they were just, their sound was evolving, and it's still definitely black metal, but they're just taking more of an influence from death metal as well. So great album, Summon with And the Blood Runs Black. Okay. And the last one. This was the last album they ever did. This is Summon with Fallen, and I'll just take this out of the case because the glare is horrible. Yep, so cool cover art there. And I'll just read you, there's a hype sticker here. It says, new CD from America's premier thrash metal act delivers Fallen is just down and dirty, flesh-ripping, blackened thrash metal. I can't get enough of this stuff. Blabbermouth. A masterpiece, has classic written all over it, Metal Maniacs, and it says, on tour with God Dethroned. This was at the time when it came out. This is the limited edition I got. It was limited to 5,000 copies, which includes a DVD, some clips. But yeah, this is the band, again, taking it further than And the Blood Runs Black. They're including more of a death metal influence again, and they also have some new members in this one, so just show you the booklet. So again, the corpse paints come off. So they've become a 4-piece by this stage. So they got a new lead guitarist by the name of Dysentery. I think, yeah, so, yeah, because this is when, and they also describe this album, it's like it's a mix of black death and thrash metal, and like incredibly catchy, just, it's got much more groove than some of the earlier albums, like you're tapping your head along to these thrashy riffs, but it's also relentless, fast and blasting, and they've always retained their sound and identity, so really like this. Again, the Morbid Angel influence is trickling in even further with the kind of like the chugging riffs and everything, and the drumming, but absolutely fantastic. So what are some of my favorite songs on this? Like Blood Red Skies is a great opener. Incredible drum fills on that song. It's brilliant. Also, Fallen, the title track, is great. Like some just chugging, catchy riffs in that. And then the solo over the top of those riffs at the end, it's brilliant. I love that song. Also, probably my favorite track on the album is Sacred Nothing, again incorporating a Morbid Angel influence, but just some like chugging, heavy, catchy riffs, great grooves on that song, great solo, and yeah, the vocals as always are fantastic. And then Dead Dreams is good. Also, they have a sort of like faster, punkier one called Loud as Hell, Fast as Fuck, which is incredibly catchy. Like it's over in 2 minutes or something, but just a relentless catchy song. I'm going for more of a rock and roll vibe on that song, but like really, really good. And then finishes with the track Beating of Christ. But again, like all of Summon's albums, from beginning to end, I just can listen to them. They're definitely a whole album band. Like it's like, because every single track is good. So sadly, this was their last album because then they broke up shortly after in 2006, I believe. But they truly were a fantastic band. So this is Summon with Fallen. Okay, so that's it for this video. So I'm not sure, have you heard of this band before? If not, I would definitely recommend checking them out, especially if you like early Marduk, early Immortal, and also elements of death metal like Morbid Angel. You can tell from my descriptions, but yeah, I think they're a really criminally underrated band. This band actually, they were one of the bands which supported all the big like Scandinavian acts that used to come to the US. Like whenever Mayhem and Marduk played in US, they often supported them, along with the other black metal band from the US, Texan band Thornspawn. I might make a video about them as well, another great underrated band. But Summon and Thornspawn were sort of big hitters in the early 2000s. But sorry guys, that just cut out there. I think my memory's filling up. But yeah, Summon and Thornspawn were really big hitters in terms of support acts, but no one really talks about them, and it's a shame because I think they're criminally underrated. So anyway, that's why I've made this video today. So if you're a fan of that kind of music, like black metal and elements of death metal, definitely check that band out. Like they're fantastic. They were a great band, just pumped out 5 or 6 albums, which were all great, as you can probably tell from my descriptions. At least in my opinion, they were great. But like, definitely check them out. They're awesome. So thanks for watching. Hope you discovered something new in this, and if you haven't, go and check this band out. But I'll be back again soon. Not sure what I'm going to do next, but I'll think of something. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.